Hey, it's Nikki Jensen.
And Brie Piccone.
And we're Late to the Party, a weekly podcast about film, fashion, and pop culture from two best friends, mentally wearing a Barber jacket and cat eye at Glastonbury in 2009.
That's us.
And hosting a TV show. That's a lot.
It is.
Well, today we are talking about Alexa Chung, who is one of my favorite it girls.
And who I feel like I have like a bit of a story. Like I've secretly always liked her, but I've never known much about her. I'm very late to the party on her, but I admire her.
Yeah, I think the beauty of being an it girl in the first place is being like an enigma of sorts.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about it girls a lot on this podcast.
We do.
Because we're kind of craving in our Lord and Savior 2023 an it girl.
Yes.
But it is very hard because influencers inherently can't be it girls.
Yeah.
Like, even though they're like the aftermath of the it girl.
I was going to say, aren't it girls in a way influencers? It's like influencers can't be it girls, but it girls can be influencers.
But you can't try too hard an it girl.
No, it's always like a natural thing where they just become an influencer. It's not like something you go out and do and you're like, I'm going to be an influencer. And
because
you're going to be the next it girl.
Yeah. Well, because you have it or you don't.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, Alexa Chung is one of those gals, one of those it girls that really came to prominence in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Mm-hmm. And for me, very defines like the cool girl. Like, not Gone Girl, cool girl, but the OG cool girl.
She's cool.
And, it's kind of like, for Alexa Chung, comes at a time when it's like still MySpace era, going into Tumblr era.
I do remember her being around during the Tumblr era a lot.
She's a fashion icon, a TV presenter, and all of those things. But she didn't really yearn for the spotlight in a sense. She just tried on a lot of things and people gravitated towards her.
Right.
Which I feel like is the last of its time. I feel like Alexa Chung is like the cap off in a way.
I know. I'm trying to think who else is like an it girl, because I guess it girl also... Sometimes I feel like people don't associate that with talent necessarily, but I do think she does have talent, but you know what I mean? Like,
it's like a socialite.
Yeah. Socialite. Yeah.
Like Beyonce's. Yes. But like Beyonce's not a it girl.
No,
Taylor
I know.
Swift's not a it girl.
I was thinking about Taylor Swift. I'm like, no, because she's like a performer. Like, that's not the same.
But in a way, Zendaya's an it girl.
In a way, yeah.
But, it's not, like, I was reading the New York Times. Is it the New York Times or the New Yorker? It was New York Magazine who did, it was called the Yesteryear issue, and they examine a century of New York's it girl. And they have a whole list of them. But the thing that defines an it girl is it can't be defined. It's like the word chic.
Yeah.
You can't. You just have it or you don't.
It's just, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Well, so Brie, how would you describe an it girl?
I would say, well, it's definitely someone who's in the spotlight, but someone who's getting noticed for a reason. Usually because they have style. They have flair. They're cool. They're in like a scene. Like Alexa Chung, she's kind of in a music scene. Mm-hmm. I know she was like also in like the fashion scene, like she was a model. So I think you just have to be part of a scene. Either you just show up maybe to the fashion shows or something, but you're always there. You're hanging out, but you're noticed because there's something special about you, maybe a charm factor. I think it's a charm factor.
Yeah.
It is hard to put into words, but it's,
yeah.
No,
I agree. I think it really does spawn from, and I think this is why New York is like the home of the it girl, or even like a place like London, but especially New York is the home of the it girl. It's because New York socialites, they're out all the time. Mm-hmm. So, they're brushing elbows with certain people, being influenced by certain things. Like, I think of it girls that Alexa Chung is obviously inspired by, like, the OG, like, band girlfriend, like a Bianca Jagger, who, is always the Studio 54.
Yes.
Those type of ladies that were it girls of the time that were just around, but there's a musical element, there's a party element, there's the fashion element.
Yes. Yeah, the party element.
Yeah. You gotta party, you gotta have style.
You gotta be multifaceted too. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. And it's just you. It's just your charm. It's just a little...
Yeah. Well, something. It's like, we've talked about Sofia Coppola so much, and she, like, had her hands in so many different things, and she was just trying things, and I feel like Alexa Chung is in the same vein,
Yes. I mean...
Well, just in the way,
just awkward silence. I'm like, how do I, like, I love Alexa Chung so much. How do I say this in a kind way? I think sometimes it girls can be like a Sofia Coppola with their hands in the pot.
Yeah.
Style icons, trying different things, like heir to, a director, dynasty. And
there's
then
the Nepo baby aspect.
For sure. Well, that's also interesting too. Alexa Chung comes from middle class. Mm-hmm. Like, she's not the stereotypical it girl, like a Nikki Hilton or a Paris Hilton or anything. She's from humble beginnings, which sometimes an it girl doesn't have,
Yeah. No, I was thinking about that too. Yeah.
But you know what I love about Alexa Chung? Speaking of her and the Sofia Coppola comparison,
what?
Alexa Chung has failed a lot.
Yes, I love that about her too. I feel like she's very relatable. Like, she just seems very human, and it's very refreshing. Like, she doesn't seem to take herself too seriously. Like, I love, like, throughout her career, there's so many things that she's done, and maybe it hasn't worked out, but she just keeps going, and people love her, mostly because of her personality and her charm.
For sure. I think, like, her it girl status has informed a lot of her opportunities, but it's also been like, it kind of teaches me that you can just fall in it gracefully.
Yes.
I guess. And, like, you can try a bunch of different things and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, she's always landed on her feet. She's not particularly good at anything, but I don't think she'd admit to being good at anything.
No, she's never been. Yeah.
It's something, like, it's interesting. It's like an interesting thing if we're talking about it girls, like modern day ones, like Zendaya, versus like a Julia Fox, even.
Yeah.
Where it's like, they're inherently cool because they do not have the same, like, ambitious, like, you can see when someone has this, like, hunger for success in their eyes, which is really cool. Like, very girl boss. But Alexa Chung's not a girl boss.
She's kind of floating through, but making the most out. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that makes it sound like
bad, but I mean it in a really good way. I think that's why we love Julia Fox now.
Yeah.
As a person, and loved Alexa Chung then. It's because we see we're seeing gals, that we can relate to.
Yes. I think that's a big factor.
We're not all Zendaya.
I know.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
So, but anyways, let's talk about Alexa Chung.
Let's talk about Alexa Chung.
Okay, so Alexa Chung is a British TV presenter, model, internet personality, writer, fashion designer, and perennial it girl. She was born on November 5th, 1983 in Winchester, England, to Gillian and Philip Chung. And she was scouted at 16 at the Reading Festival, which for her is very apt.
Yeah.
She modeled for Elle Girl, Cosmo Girl, and worked with brands like Fanta, Sony Ericsson, Sunsilk, Urban Outfitters, and Tampax.
Wow.
Because every girl that models has to do a tampon commercial.
For sure.
And she got her big break hosting Pop World in the UK in 2006.
Which Pop World? Sorry. Pop World is like a wild show. Like,
Pop World slaps.
It does. I just kind of want to watch Pop World in my own time. Like,
No, I love it. I love a British talk show for one, but I love this like early aughts, like British sensibility. Like I want to just watch a bunch of Pop World, but also watch a bunch of like Noel Fielding clips or like the Mighty Boosh, you know?
Yeah.
I love that sense of humor, and early aughts Brits really like have like fringy mullets, and I like that too.
I love it. I love the tude. I love just going off the walls. Like I love like I saw clips of Amy Winehouse on the show, and she's like
scraping the barrel.
Yeah. Also, I think she campaigns for like an award at one point.
Oh,
too.
you're talking about that one?
Yeah,
where they yell things. Oh, have you seen the scraping the barrel
I
though?
haven't seen. I've heard Alexa Chung talk about it, and I know she's like, oh, I kind of regret that in a way, but that it sounded like she was a good, like Amy Winehouse was a good sport anyway.
It was actually really good. Amy Winehouse really held her own.
I bet.
Yeah, it's just wild knowing all the information in present day. It is wild.
It is. Yeah, I guess my point is that the show is just wild, and I'm here for it.
And like the big ones, informed, hot ones. Apparently,
I know we wouldn't have had hot ones without that. Like what?
Oh my god! Did you see? There's an episode of Pop World when Hilary Duff is a brunette Hilary Duff trying to like promote that Dignity album, like With Love, that single.
Yeah,
you know, which we now know from the Give Us Nothing Girl dance.
Oh, yeah.
But they're at a kebab shop, like scraping like meat. It's wild. It's just so interesting. It's so random.
Yeah. Oh, I love a brunette Hilary Duff too.
That's an era we don't talk about enough.
Yeah, we should add that to the list.
We really do. I could talk about that a lot.
Hilary Duff, our other it girl. Is she gonna be on the series?
Well, you know,
is she an it girl?
Is Hilary Duff an it girl?
Does she have it?
You know, it's funny that I would consider Lindsay Lohan an it girl, but not Hilary Duff.
She doesn't have the cool factor.
I think so. Also, feel free to cut this out because I'm going to sound like a hater. But Hilary Duff, in retrospect, is not talented.
I love that girl.
I do too, but you're not disagreeing with me. It's like...
I'm like, hey, don't talk about my child like that. She has so much talent. Okay, maybe you've got a point.
Well, I love her too, but you know, it's like...
Yeah.
She's not particularly like a good singer or a good actor. But she just has...
She has a charm.
She does. But we don't view her as an it girl, but we view Lindsay Lohan, who is the most talented. Like, even her musical career. Like, I will stand behind Lindsay Lohan's musical career, like, any day.
Well, I do feel like her musical career is underrated.
Confessions of a Broken Heart. She was serving.
She was. Yeah.
She dyed her hair blonde and had some, like, mother-daughter, like, daddy issues. Mm-hmm. Full of rage. She was ready to go.
That's an it girl.
Yeah. That is.
That defines it. Anyways, we were talking about Alexa Chung.
We were. But Alexa Chung doesn't do that. Like, she's cool.
She's very cool. She's like too cool. Like, I don't know. I used to think, like, before researching her for this episode, like, my knowledge of her was very slim, but I knew of her, you know? And I remember thinking, like, feeling a little intimidated by her. Oh. Just knowing that she's an it. Like, not, like, personally, but, like...
personally threatened by Alexa Chung.
Yeah, no. Just, like, as, like, you know, thinking, like, oh, if this person, like, would probably think highly of themselves, or, like, you know, maybe she's not down to earth, but, like, after exploring, I'm like, wow, this person seems, like, really down to earth. Like, she seems really cool and, like, nice and... like someone you'd want to hang out with.
Oh, for sure. I think that's her appeal.
Yeah. I'm like, how did I not see this? I don't know.
Yeah. No, she just seems like a fun hang.
Yeah.
She's kind of like a president in a way. Like, you know how people are like, always talk about, I want to have a president who I could have a beer with.
Yes.
And want to run the country. I feel like Alexa Chung, I would have a beer with and I'd want to run the country.
Yes, Alexa Chung.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, she's like level-headed, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Alexa Chung comes up, what comes to mind? What do you think about when you think of Alexa Chung? Also, what makes her have it? Side question.
I really think it's her personality. I think it's her quirkiness, but while also looking effortless and put together. She also she's like has this what's the word? Like duality, I guess. You know what I mean? Like she on the outside she looks very posh and put together, but like she, like I said before, I guess she doesn't take herself too seriously. She's charming. She's funny. She's quirky. Like, she's kind of awkward, but she doesn't, like, I don't want to, like, compare her to, like, Zooey Deschanel. But I feel like Zooey Deschanel sometimes gets on my nerves only because I feel like she's too quirky, or, like, she, like, makes it more of her personality than, I don't know. She's like, I'm the quirky girl. And I think Alexa Chung is just naturally quirky, but she's not, like, trying to make it part of her personality. It just is, and it's relatable. I don't know.
It's funny that you mentioned the quirkiness. Like, I would describe Alexa Chung as very British.
Yeah.
Which I know she's talked about It's On with Alexa Chung a lot, and how, you know, it was really poised to be like the post-TRL, like MTV show. And I can definitely remember that time because that's how I got put onto Alexa Chung, was TRL. It's On with Alexa Chung, which came on in 2009.
So did you watch the show, like, religiously, or?
Not religiously. I definitely, like, caught it on TV, but also caught it on YouTube back in the day.
Was that, like, your intro to Alexa Chung?
It was. It was, and I was just like, oh my god, this cool British girl. But I know she talks about coming over to the States and not really fitting in because she does have this, like, British sensibility and British humor about her that is quirky, but it's quirky in like a British way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a put on quirkiness. Like, I'd like liken it to maybe like a Hugh Grant.
Okay.
Like in Notting Hill. You know? I feel like she has quirk in that way. Not like in a like, who's that girl? It's Jess, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But funny you mentioned Zooey Deschanel.
Why?
Because well, okay, I watched It's On with Alexa Chung when it was on, which was very short-lived. I think it was on just for 2009, and then it was off the air.
What a shame, because I've seen a lot of clips, and I'm like, whoa, this show looks amazing.
I was very into it, but I can also see how, because I didn't realize it was slotted in like at noon, like a daytime.
It's a weird time slot.
Yeah.
Who has time? Like,
Who that is like a teen is not in school or like in college, you don't just like hang around at noon. So
or like in the summer, even like you're probably out doing things.
Yeah, noon's just a very, very weird time for TV.
Agreed.
But my point was, so Zooey Deschanel is the poster child for twee.
Yeah, and
I think when I think of Alexa Chung, my mind goes straight to Tumblr. That was my girl. Alexa Chung, when her book It came out, even before then, just looking at my Tumblr dashboard and seeing all of her outfits, whether she was in Glastonbury or just on the streets, I had to, you know, like recreate every look she had. And it was funny. She talks about it too, like on Pop World. Did not have a designer budget, did not have a big budget, but was introduced to style and had to make like a Topshop dress work.
Gotcha. Et
cetera, et cetera. Like, and she wanted to bring in her personality, so that's where the bandies come in. So from Pop World to It's On with Alexa Chung, like, I think Alexa Chung created this, I don't know if we've gotten granular enough to describe something. Like, she's philosophically indie sleaze to me. But she's also, like, a cross between a Tumblr girl aesthetic and twee.
You know, it's very interesting. I was thinking that, too. I'm like, there's something about her that I remember thinking is twee. But then I'm like, well, she's not really full twee, so you can't really say she is. But I think it's sometimes where she wears these, like, I don't know if it's like a Peter Pan collar or these certain bow ties that are, I don't even know what they are. Are they like a schoolgirl? Is it like a British school? I don't know what it is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, like a ribbony
It's like a ribbony,
almost bolo tie-esque.
Yeah.
It's not a pussy bow, but it's like a smaller version of that.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Or like suspenders. I'm like, it verges. I don't know. But it's not, she's not really, she's way cooler, I think, than Twee.
But she does use definitely like schoolboy style and British, like polished style. But there's always an element to Alexa Chung's style that's very unpolished and undone.
Yes.
Which that duality, that juxtaposition really poised her, especially like in this 2010 era where, you know, we're coming out of like big boob, blonde, Paris Hilton version of an it girl. And we want something cooler.
Yeah.
Want something realer, you know?
I really do feel like she's like maybe our last it girl. Or at least the most recent one. Like I feel like she's our generation's it girl.
Yes. As a young millennial, that's the patron saint.
Yeah. Like I remember looking up to her and thinking, I think also like the fashion blogging of it all. Like remember wanting to have your own fashion blog? Like she kind of made things happen.
Well, she didn't have a fashion blog.
Oh, she didn't?
No. She didn't.
Did she just write the book?
She just wrote the book, which looks like a Tumblr dashboard from back in the day. I had the book. I love that she was obsessed with the Spice Girls and that she included the Alex Turner love letter to her.
Oh, that's cute.
But as far as a book goes, it's not really like a book. It's just a mood board.
I've read reviews for it and they're really funny because some people, it's like they either love it or they're like, what is this? This is not a book. I'm like, whoa. But I love that. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I love that. Okay. In Alexa Chung's defense, defending it, what would Alexa Chung at age 29 in 2013 write about that's worthy of an actual book?
Okay. Yeah.
I would say she would admit that.
You think now she would write more, or do you think she needs more time?
No, you know what? I would think, I think at the time it was funny. Like, it's funny and tongue-in-cheek and very of the millennial generation, like, to be an it girl, to take that phrase and make it a book. Like, she's doing it with a wink and a nod. Like, she's it.
It's smart. And
yeah, it's an amalgamation of a bunch of things in her life. It's not to be taken seriously, but I would think it'd be very interesting now to hear Alexa Chung's thoughts on being the it girl of a generation.
I do wonder. Like, I would love to know. Like,
yeah. Well, because also, like, this is really before the influencer, like we were talking about. And I know she's talked about not really liking, like, even selfie culture and things like that. Like, she's adverse to that.
Times have definitely changed, I feel. I don't know. We're all too self-conscious.
Well, yeah, I feel like in the early 2010s, it was all about self-expression.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of Alexa Chung's style. I mean, I don't think now it is about that.
This might be a tangent, but I love the episode of It's On where she interviews Gaga, like early in Gaga's career, just talking about self-expression. Just like, I don't know. That's
an iconic interview. I feel like that's probably why I watched It's On, because that was like Bad Romance, Fame Monster era Gaga. So
yeah, I don't know, just it's good stuff.
Oh,
I don't know why. I was looking for a reason to mention that, I guess.
Okay, about if this is a tangent on Gaga, Fame Monster era, I feel like same like blonde, like very symmetrical bob wig.
Yeah.
She did probably in the same like day or week or whatever. She did a bunch of interviews with that same wig talking about the Fame Monster and Bad Romance that are just perfection.
Is Gaga an it girl?
No. I feel like Gaga could have been an it girl. I feel like,
do it girls not have real career? I'm not like, I don't want to like shade it girls, but
well, let's see. Okay, according to the internet,
what is an it girl?
Where we get all our facts.
Exactly.
An it girl is an attractive young woman who is perceived to have both sex appeal, and a personality that is exceptionally engaging. The expression it girl originated in British upper-class society around the turn of the century. And of course, in 1927, there was a movie called It, starring Clara Bow.
Okay, and when I saw that, I totally thought they were talking about the movie with the clown. I was like, It? What?
Clara Bow is Pennywise?
Yeah, I'm like, how does this work? Like, I didn't think Stephen King was around back then.
Iconic. Oh my god. Silent film star Clara Bow as Pennywise in Stephen King's It.
She was so iconic. She became the It girl. I don't know.
Was Pennywise an It girl? I think
Yes,
so.
Definitely.
Especially the Skarsgård. It's not Bill. What's his name? What's that young lad?
The little boy?
No, the Skarsgård. Mr. Pennywise.
Is it
Pete. No, that's the older one. Stellan. No, it's not Stellan. He's Mamma Mia. Alexander's Big Little Lies. Whatever the young Skarsgård is.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Skarsgård.
He's an It girl. Oh, speaking of Alexander Skarsgård,
Yeah.
Alexa Chung briefly dated him.
Oh, wow.
So-
It's all connected. Alexa Chung's just everywhere.
I know.
She's in the zeitgeist. I feel like she's definitely been in the pop culture zeitgeist for a long time. And I remember that there was this random parody of TikTok by Kesha, but it was a guy singing, and he's sang about Alexa Chung.
What? Or which one? I remember a lot of TikTok parodies back in the day.
All I know it was something about Alexa Chung. Tell her that I'm quite well hung.
Oh my god, I remember this one.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That stick. When I think of Alexa Chung, that's what I think about. That should have been my answer when you asked. I think about that one young man singing that line, and I'm like, yeah, people must have loved this person, and I feel like I just missed out. I
feel like in that time period, early 2010s, everyone fell in love with Alexa Chung.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my point. Just
and
we're all in love.
Well, you know what though? We fell in love, I think this is the real definer of an It girl. Is It girls admit this aura about them and light about them that you want to get to know, you want to know more about, you want to see, but they do not particularly seek it out.
Oh yeah, it just happens.
Or they seek it out in the way that they're at the party, but they're not networking at the party, or that's why an influencer could never be really an It girl, because they want the spotlight so much. The really fun thing about Alexa Chung is she's this style icon. She never had a blog.
I don't know why I thought she did.
Well, she was around that. She definitely, I think, informed a lot of a Man Repeller style, or Web 2.0 blogs of the time. She informed it for sure. But she informed it. She was just going out.
She didn't have to blog. She was the moment.
Yeah. Like Sofia Coppola, Milk Fed days.
Yeah.
She's just out and about. That's the definer of an It girl.
Being out and about.
Out and about.
Yeah.
Or we know Zendaya doesn't crave the attention, but she's the best, so we're gonna give her the attention.
Yeah, definitely.
Or a Carolyn Bessette is another It girl, where we don't always pick.
We don't choose the It girl. I mean,
they're just
they're chosen for us. They're brought down by angels.
Yes.
Pop culture angels.
Yeah, or a Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah.
They smile down from the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's the science behind it, girls.
Yes. They just, I don't know. It's just something.
It is.
Something.
It is something.
Well, so speaking of It girls, can I give you a tangent?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime. I sound like I'm about to do a spawn.
I'm always trying to go off tangents. You know me.
We are not sponsored by this, even though I'm making it sound like it is.
Oh. But we're open.
But we're open to it for sure. Oh my god. Before we recorded, do you know what Criterion Channel is doing this month?
Don't tell me it's It girls.
Not It girls, but an it girl that's near and dear to our hearts.
Near and dear?
Near and dear.
How near and dear?
Okay, they're including a movie that I almost screamed when I saw it on Twitter.
But that could be a lot of movies.
That's true. Okay, they're doing Parker Posey.
Oh.
And they're doing like The House of Yes, Party Girl. Josie and the Pussycats is in the lineup on the Criterion channel for Parker Posey.
Perfect. Nikki, is part of your agenda, your Criterion agenda?
I know we started with Alexa Chung, but like Parker Posey really is.
She's always in the back of my mind as like an it girl, because she's also someone else who like doesn't go out of their way really to be in the spotlight, but it's just effortlessly cool.
The coolest. And she plays in Party Girl, an it girl.
Which I've never seen Party Girl.
What?
But I know it's iconic.
It's iconic. And you'd love it.
I know I would. I've seen enough stills and read enough about it. I'm like, I would love this movie.
You would. You have to. We have to watch it.
Why isn't that all? Yeah.
Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
But that was just a tangent. Yeah. But Parker Posey, I don't know. She could be an it girl though. She's genuinely talented and she's an actor and she's funny.
But can you be both? I mean,
you can be both.
Yeah.
Well, Chloe Sevigny is an actor as well.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe it's just you can't be just one thing and stay in that lane. You can be successful, but you got to try. You can't just like Sophia Coppola. Not to just go back to her, but
well, she's
a director.
And she's ultimately
but she's also like out there socializing in the fashion scene. Like she was doing like MTV. Like, you know, there's like a bunch of random things.
She's just cool.
Yeah.
Like high octane.
You gotta be young too.
Young, cool.
Young and cool.
It's not a tangible thing.
Yeah.
But also being in Josie and the Pussycats does not hurt.
No. That really helps the it girls.
And that's not bad. It's really going to elevate your status.
That is our takeaway.
But speaking of Party Girl, as like the movie about an it girl, besides, you know, It with Clara Bow,
right? Not to be mistaken with It by Stephen King.
Yes, that's my first favorite it girl, Pennywise.
Yeah,
but Holly Golightly is another character in media that I would say is an it girl.
Yeah, just like her character specifically, not necessarily
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
No, I don't know. I mean, I guess in a sense, sure. But
is it because she informs a lot of like she's a style icon, like Holly Golightly?
Holly Golightly, though, she, you know, like wakes up at noon, like she's a socialite. You know, something else too, but you know,
socialite. Yeah.
But yeah, she's not really concerned with having a job. Like she just kind of does whatever. Alexa Chung has a job, but
yeah. No, I like this.
She's not concerned with like a job.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, you know.
I know what you mean. She's kind of living a dream lifestyle. Sort of. Until it becomes a nightmare, but
yeah, she gets to like date musicians, model, host TV shows.
Oh, okay, we're on to Alexa Chung. I thought we were still talking about Holly Golightly. I was like, wait.
If you know what? I think if she was in the modern day, she would.
Yeah.
I think for sure.
The reboot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I love anytime Alexa Chung hosts TV shows. Like, I think she's a really great interviewer, and I think she's underrated. I love her humor and just how she gets people to talk about things. Like,
she's very irreverent.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just a quality about her and her interviews where she like levels with the interviewee.
It's like not stuffy and awkward. I mean, it might be awkward funny sometimes, but it's never just like, oh, this, you know how you see interviews and you're like, oh, this is just kind of stiff. And
yes. Well, like, it's funny that you mentioned that, though. At the time when It's On with Alexa Chung premiered in April 2009 on MTV. So before that, there was like a British almost wave of TV presenters, like the Cat Deely. You know, So You Think You Can Dance, her plethora of other things. And, you know, there was this idea of like the bright, bubbly British presenter. And it was in stark contrast to Alexa Chung, who was like really just, It's On was kind of like Pop World 2.0.
Yeah.
In a sense. And it's funny to see how American celebrities react to it. Like, have you seen the Tyra Banks?
Yes, I was going to ask you the same thing. I did. I love that. It's hilarious. I mean, she does a good job of like matching Tyra's energy and like I think it's so funny, like at the start of the episode where she comes in and she's like, you got to pick a side because it's like Team Edward or Team Jacob, and she has to stick her face like a cutout on which side, like what team she's on, and Alexa Chung makes the decision for her. She's like, here we go.
And she's like, no. And like Tyra Banks is like, in Tyra fashion, just like on my talk show, I would do it,
Yeah, she kind of,
And Alexa Chung just has none of it. She's not like overly impressed with the Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
But
she has fun. Like, she is fun, but it is funny when she like doesn't like when she puts when Tyra puts the wigs on her at a certain point, she's like, okay. She's like, yeah, this is great. This is nice. Thanks. It's like,
which I love.
Yeah, she only goes so far into Tyra's crazy world. Like, she
like remains herself, which is very important.
Yeah, which is hard to do around Tyra, I would imagine.
Yeah. Exact opposite. But I miss the days when you could come home from school, watch It's On with Alexa Chung, and also the Wendy Williams show.
Oh, yes. 2
TV presenters, polar opposites, but do not give a fuck.
Love it.
How you doing?
Oh, I wonder how Wendy's doing.
Same.
It's random.
Just womp, womp. I do too. I think about her often.
Yeah.
Brie.
Yes, Nick?
Can we talk about something very important?
Of course.
Okay. So, how do I word? Okay, Alexa Chung, it girl, style icon, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Not to be like boiled down to the people she dates.
Right.
However, Alex Turner.
Whoa.
That love letter.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, boys and girls. Like, can we talk about how much of a cultural moment the Alex Turner love letter to Alexa Chung is?
It's huge.
Like, can I just read it to you and get your thoughts?
I'm listening.
My mouth hasn't shut up about you since you kissed it. The idea that you may kiss it again is stuck in my brain, which hasn't stopped thinking about you since, well, before any kiss. And now the prospect of those kisses seems to wind me, like when you slip on the stairs and one of the steps hits you in the middle of the back. The notion of them continuing for what is traditionally terrifying forever excites me to an unfamiliar degree.
Wow. It's beautiful. I mean,
do I wanna know? You're like a vacuum cleaner.
Nice.
Sorry. I wanna be yours.
Going back to 505. Wow. I mean, he's a wordsmith. Wasn't that a Valentine's letter too? Like,
in a card, which it's not displayed like it, but yeah, it was in a card.
Yeah. And she left it at the pub. No.
Yes.
Probably not on purpose, but they probably got like tanked. And
I love this letter. I love Alex Turner.
I know. I'm like, I want to marry him. I'm like, ooh. Like,
yeah.
Alex, laying it all on the line. I also heard that he said like he wasn't embarrassed about it or something. He's like, yeah, I said what I said. Like, so what if people, because it was published, I think, in the Sun?
I believe the Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's like the British.
But they were like a power couple. Like, they were cute. They were, I don't know. I think they're really cute together.
Mentally, they're still together. I don't know. They're like those people that, I guess, Sonny and Cher are always together in my mind.
Same. Yeah, that hurts me that they're not. But
yeah,
I also get that Cher is also the man. You know?
Yes, and Alexa Chung's the man.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. Arctic Monkeys of it all. Alex Turner, that letter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who doesn't want to be talked to like that?
Right.
But I think about that letter very often for something that wasn't written about. It is. I don't know. I love the idea that Alex Turner writing songs for the Arctic Monkeys. Like, speaking of 505, like, that whole album with that song, Fluorescent Adolescent, like, that whole record, he's dating Alexa Chung.
Mm-hmm. So it's got to be about her, right? And on some level, or most levels.
Probably the nice songs.
Yeah, probably the nice ones.
Probably not Fluorescent Adolescent. Can you imagine? I don't know if...
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just love that idea that he likes to... I don't know. Those were good songs. And then AM is, like, obviously their best record.
Yeah.
But that's Arabella. So good for them. They're not together anymore either. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Any more opinions about the Arctic Monkeys and Alexa Chung?
I don't know. I love the Arctic Monkeys. And I love Alexa Chung, you know? Late to the party, but I love her. I don't know. The both of them together, too, are just... It just feels right. And they kind of have similar vibes.
They have similar haircuts.
I mean, I guess they do look alike in a way, but not really. I feel like it's cool that she's taller than him. Like, I like when a girl can be taller and it's no big deal. You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like some dudes wouldn't date a girl who's taller. I don't know. I just think Alex Turner's cool.
He gives me Tom Holland energy, but in a really good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm here for it. I think, in my mind, they're also still together. I'm like, they're meant to be. But I know after that she started dating Harry Styles. No, I'm just kidding.
So what is the whole story? Because I know I was a big Alexa Chung fan during this 2011 to 2013 era.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my lapse. Like, we talked about it with Taylor Swift. I don't know anything about Harry Styles.
Well, I do.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Well, around 2013, they started hanging out, like, but in like a group of friends, really. But it was like rumored that they were dating. I don't know, maybe not like right away, but because they would always be at each other's birthday parties and singing karaoke, just like they were together a lot in just at certain events, basically. So I guess it was just like a rumor. I don't think it hasn't been confirmed or denied. It's just been, I think it's been denied, but I don't.
What do you think? What's your theory?
Probably not. I mean, maybe they snogged at a party or something, but I don't know. They don't have that same chemistry that Alex Turner. You know, I know Harry Styles. Like, I'm just thinking about him, like, being in One Direction, being in this boy band. Like, how is Alexa Chung gonna go from Alex Turner to Harry Styles?
I don't... Talk about a Roman Empire. I think Harry Styles is my Roman Empire, but in the way that I really, maybe because we're pretty much the same age as Harry Styles, I cannot fathom, like, older women.
Yeah.
Like, older, just, you know, like, Alexa Chung's like 11 years older than him, but
right.
Like, the idea that these older women, beautiful models, I mean, I get that he's cute, but like, One Direction Harry Styles got the ladies so much so that I don't understand it.
I don't either. You think they just want to pinch his cheeks? I mean,
yeah, like, I don't know. I was around. We were around for like the Direction like phenomenon.
Yeah, but weren't we like? Well, were we the same age?
We're the same age as Harry Styles, but
yeah.
But just I don't know. It's something that I guess when you're the similar age, like Bieber fever, I really can't, because we're the same age as Justin Bieber.
I was gonna say him and Justin Bieber. Also the hair, like that for me. I guess even Alex Turner, but I like when he like does it back. But like when he does it like a bowl cut. I mean, it is very like 60s vibes, honestly, which is kind of cool. But it's not like my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
I was into it at the time, but maybe that is. Maybe it's just so much time has passed where I can't, you know, see the forest through the trees. Maybe in 2013 I would have met Harry Styles in person and been like, I get it, you know?
You're like, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you just had to be there in the room with Harry Styles back then to just really get the breath of Styles.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't think they dated. I think they probably hung out as friends. Who knows if anything else? But I think they just seem like good friends. And I think it's kind of cute that they have a friendship and that he slam dunked her at the Met Gala.
Gotcha.
Like the after party. Yeah. They're out to like 6 a.m. partying. I think they're probably just like but like they run in the same circles probably. I mean, Harry Styles also said that some of his closest friends are like, I don't know, it was like Stevie Nicks, and it was like random people like of all different ages. So I'm sure it's something like that where it's like, oh, this is the person I run into, and maybe that's like a little brother to her or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But some people thought they were dating. I had a friend that was like, it was very odd because she was so obsessed with Harry Styles. She was like, you can't like Alexa Chung. It was
she
like,
told you that?
yeah, basically. Like, I had to pick sides. I don't know. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, Alexa Chung's never done anything to me, though. She seems cool. But,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that was like a thing, right? With the, I don't know, like that era. I don't know who little girls are into now, but.
Just like crazy, like, I don't know, what is a Harry Styles fan even called?
Styler.
Styler? Yeah, is it Styler?
I don't know, because I know they're One Directioners, but
yeah.
what's a style icon? No, that's Alexa Chung.
Yeah, that's Alexa Chung. Back to Alexa Chung.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know what? On the Harry Styles tip, I do love the fact that he loves older women. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that he's BFFs with Stevie Nicks and Alexa Chung.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm open to being influenced by Harry Styles. I am open to seeing what there is. However, did you see how he went bald? Like this past week.
Wait. What? This is our pop culture news. Harry Styles goes bald.
Well, truly, like, I feel like I'm at this point in my life where I'm open to Harry Styles, and now he looks like, what does he look? He looks like, what's his face? Oh my God, he plays Tobias in Arrested Development.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can see him, but
he looks like his character in Alvin and the Chipmunks. You know, it's like the producer guy. Mm-hmm. With the glasses?
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name. And when you say he's going bald...
No, he shaved his head bald. Well, there's a little photo here.
Yeah, that's the one I saw too.
Well.
Oh, Harry's mother has confirmed that he has shaved his head and reveals the reason.
What's the reason?
It says Harry Styles' mother has reportedly confirmed he has shaved his head during a random encounter with a fan in IKEA. How can we trust that? A random fan in IKEA is like, yeah,
that's the news.
I ran into Harry Styles' mom and he told me this. Like, how is that a reliable source? You know what I mean? Is that a little sketchy? But,
there were memes aplenty the other day. I swear if the internet...
I see the memes.
Okay.
He's on holiday and fancy to change. That's the reason.
I don't know. He's kind of, to quote the Brits, bald Harry's kind of lost the plot.
Wow, yeah, people are not liking bald Harry. Which, I mean, I can't blame him. I do feel like his locks are something he really has going for him. And it's... I don't know. I'm just not attracted to Harry Styles. But I think his tattoos are cool and I like his hair. His face for me, I just can't. I don't know. I'm sorry.
To pivot on positive notes, I'm working on this positivity thing.
He's ugly. He's not ugly. He's just not for me.
You know, same. But his rumored girlfriend, Taylor Russell, is gorgeous. So he has good taste.
Yes. And that's what you were trying to say. Right?
Yes, earlier. Pretty much. Or like people, something about him people like. He's an it girl of sorts. He's an it boy. So, I don't know. We'll do Harry Styles one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Convince me.
Okay.
I feel like
he grows that hair back. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like I'm like that like old meme of the guy at the table that's like, convince me. Mm. You know, like that right-wing guy.
Yeah.
Just on Harry Styles,
You'd be convinced.
Yeah. No need to convince me on Alex Turner or Alexa Chung, though.
No, same.
But yeah, so you weren't allowed to like Alexa Chung.
No, basically it was wild. So
who else were you not allowed to like?
I think it was just Alexa Chung. Trying to think anyone else. Anyone that Harry Styles might be dating. Basically.
So what about Taylor back in the day?
Did you ever date Cara Delevingne?
I don't know.
Well, she was one of them. I don't know why. I think it was because she was dating someone. But yeah.
Did she date Kristen Stewart?
Did she?
I don't know.
Someone did.
So yeah, right?
Was it her? Anyway, it's not that important. It's just a random fact. I was held against my will from liking Alexa Chung. And now I'm free.
I feel like, that's something I've been trying to wrap my head around, since we've done a deep dive on Alexa Chung.
Yeah.
It's something that I connected with so deeply 10 years ago was Alexa Chung. And I feel like her style is something that informed my personal style so much.
I can see that, like, in a really good way. Like, I was, like, looking at her outfits. I'm like, wait a minute. This is Nikki wears this.
Yeah, I think so much so, though, it is something where it's dated now.
Really?
It is a little millennial. It's a little just of a time, which I know everything circles back around, but I think it's a little too soon. So it's something when I look at it, I'm a little not off put by it, but it's something I don't resonate with as deeply as I did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I resonated so much then, and it informed me so much then, which I'm sure for a bunch of other, young millennial, elder Gen Z people, it was just the blueprint.
Yeah.
But now it's so far removed. It seems quaint. Almost. Like her freedom with fashion, being an it girl in general. It just seems very nice.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think for me, I know I kind of maybe hated on Zooey Deschanel a bit, but I think I was in the twee movement at the time. I don't think I fully participated in indie sleaze, but I was into twee. And I also don't feel as connected to that now, but I did at the time. Like, so
you kind of know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really into those bird dresses. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. This is the epitome of fashion. But I feel like Alexa Chung is timeless. Like, her style's timeless. Like, even now, like, I feel like it hasn't changed a whole lot.
Oh, no. Alexa Chung is also stayed. Like, she looks the exact same.
She does.
She's lost the little kitten eye. But, yeah, her sensibilities and everything about Alexa Chung, it's actually her, which is very refreshing. Like, sometimes, as stars age, as people in the public eye age, we start seeing, like, that was all a facade. But Alexa Chung is, like, in her core, Alexa Chung.
Yes, I love that.
Same. And I think that's why she resonated so deeply with a certain generation, too,
Yeah. Just be yourself.
Yeah. Also, you can't go wrong. Like, she's heavily inspired by French New Wave.
Yeah.
Meets, like, Brit pop, which who doesn't love? Like, I feel like those two elements, like the Brit pop element, makes her resonate with, like, the 90s babies. And that's a very true thing to her.
Yeah.
But also, like, looking like Jane Birkin or doing a little Brigitte Bardot or Mick Jagger haircut moment, you can't go wrong. Like 70s style and 60s style, like, are always
you can tell.
in vogue.
Yeah. I love that she pulls from those eras, and it's cool how she mixes that with, like, a modern touch. I like her. I don't know. I like her style. It's very smart and sleek. I like anytime she has, like, a Chanel bag or
the Mulberry Alexa.
Yeah.
Which is discontinued.
I know. I actually have my eyes on one.
Oh.
On Poshmark, I think.
Okay.
Isn't that where they resell? Is that
yeah, or like a...
No, not Poshmark.
Is it Vestiaire?
No, it's... Oh, what's the one? No, is it The Real Real?
The Real Real, maybe.
It's The Real Real. That's the one you're always telling me about.
Yes, The Real Real is my jam.
It's like a slightly beat up bag, but it's only $129, and I'm tempted.
Dude.
Because they're expensive. They're like $10,000. Some of them are. I don't know. They're like...
Well, like, the Mulberry Alexa. Okay, 2010s we're bound to have a resurgence of that time. Just trend cycles in general.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling like the Mulberry Alexa, that's probably why it's like super expensive, is because it got discontinued in 2016. But we're like bubbling on a 2010s renaissance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm ready to bring back some of the 2010s looks.
Same.
Personally.
Same. What one would you bring back?
I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know, like a skinny jean and stiletto moment or something. I don't wear heels a lot, but I think it's more fun when you have it like, pair like a, I don't know, leather, moto jackets maybe?
Moto jackets. Oh my God, like a cropped leather jacket is really cute.
Yeah.
I would say skinny jeans are
maybe like black
too
skinny
close.
jeans.
Maybe. I can't. Skinny jeans are something that I don't vibe with currently, but I don't know how I'll feel in like a couple years.
Yeah.
As of right now, skinny jeans like repulse me, but
Really?
maybe I can. Because at the time, dude, a skinny jean and stiletto moment was it.
I don't know. We also just watched a bunch of Gossip Girl, and I think just
like Georgina's style, it does kind of speak to me. That millennial part of my brain just like tingles.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because millennials make skinny jeans part of their personality? Is that what it is that's like off-putting?
Maybe. Well, yeah. Maybe because do you remember those like videos of like millennial ladies just screaming about skinny jeans?
Yeah. I'm like, whoa.
Also, like, I feel like skinny jeans, there's like an inherent laziness to skinny jeans, oddly enough, where I think like skinny jeans, because people made them their personality, like there's this element of, I think a lot of people put on a pair of skinny jeans even today, like people of a certain age, and they're like, I've contributed to society. It's like a whole, like I'm put together because I have skinny jeans.
That's how I feel with skinny jeans. I mean, I don't wear skinny jeans a whole lot. I don't think I do. I wear high-waisted. Are they skinny jeans? I don't know. I wear a lot of like flare pants and sweatpants. I don't like just stick to skinny jeans though. It's not my personality. I just think in the there's like a moment where they were cool, especially black ones.
Yes.
With a going out top, like a
that's a good silhouette. A little peplum top. It's a good silhouette.
Yeah.
Dude, I put on a pair of skinny jeans the other day just to feel something.
Yeah. Black ones, mind you.
And I put on checkerboard Vans just to really relate to my 6th grade self.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
No,
they're uncomfortable. They're tight.
Yeah, actually for me, that's true. I do value comfort a lot more now.
I'm like, they're not as cute as we once thought they were. I would revisit skinny. I would put on a pair and see how you feel.
Yeah.
And then put on a pair of straight legs and see how you feel.
Okay.
Like compare and contrast.
Yeah.
But that
experiment.
You can always subject to change because we're going to have a renaissance again and we're going to wear skinny jeans again.
Probably. Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't feel the same. So I just want to prepare to be disappointed.
Okay. Thanks. Just mentally prepare now.
But now a cute moto jacket, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Ooh, remember when they had like studs on shoes?
Yes.
Ooh, bring back Jeffrey Campbell Litas. That's my hill I'm going to die on. They're kind of coming back.
I never understood why they went away. I always thought they were cool.
Me too.
But we don't make these choices.
No, we don't make fashion rules. Alexa Chung does.
Yeah, she definitely does.
She used to wear a pair of Litas. That was very off-brand for her at the time, but, bring them back.
Yeah, she did wear a lot of flats mostly, right?
Oh my God. Speaking of Alexa Chung's style, favorite fashion moments from her.
I have a few. I love when she presented her Madewell collection in 2010. Like, she has this buttoned up top. It's got a little pin. And then she has these, like, velvet shorts with tights.
She's the lady that I think of when I think of a good hot pant.
Yes. She can really wear hot pants.
Leather, high-waisted shorts, tights.
Yes.
Bring that back. I mean, that's already kind of coming back, but Alexa Chung wore a pair of hot pants like no one else.
Seriously. And leather. Like, I love, like, whether it's a leather mini skirt or, like, a jacket. It's so good.
Yeah.
I also love this look. She goes to the Met, like, the museum. They had, like, a gala in 2010. This is also 2010. She's got, like, these, like, suspenders. It's, like, a very fancy, like, dressed up
I love it.
suspenders. And then she has, like, a little bow. It's, like, a black and white suit and tie. Like, it almost looks like a men's jacket, maybe. I don't know. It's really cute.
That's the thing about Alexa Chung, too. She is known for rocking the Peter Pan collar.
Yeah.
And she rocks it like no one else. But also it's almost Wednesday Addams look she does sometimes, where it's just that, like, menswear element, but something very feminine about it as well.
Yeah, there's still something feminine. It is interesting how she does, like, she takes, like, masculine and feminine elements, and I don't know. It's
yeah.
cool. Is she androgynous? Like, some people have described her style kind of.
It's so funny because I would describe her style as androgynous, but in the same breath, gamine.
See, I don't know what gamine, like is that
speaking
feminine?
Of Audrey Hepburn, like fairy-like. She's, like, very, like, you know, like a Peter Pan collar, like soft, yes, like gamine, like petite, like tiny. You know, like a delicate, like, feminine flower.
Okay,
you know?
yes. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Like Hilary Swank.
Yes.
With her Boys Don't Cry hair.
Yeah.
At the Oscars in 1999.
I know. I hear exactly what you're saying. That makes sense. Yes. So, like, a little bit of both. Like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would agree with you. Oh, this is the look that I said kind of looks like what you're wearing.
I love it.
It's Burberry. She's wearing Burberry at the spring 2011 Burberry show. I love her crossbody bags too that she wears. Like, they're just, like, small and chic.
Oh. That's a 2010 style I want to bring back. I know it does nothing for your silhouette, but I love the idea of wearing, like, a short dress and black ankle booties.
Yeah. Why not? Bring back the ankle booties.
Ankle boots.
Yeah. I would say I also love when she wears, like, these, like, billowy, like, ruffle tops, kind of, you know, like, layers with them. I feel like she does that a lot, like, almost pirate tops.
Yes, very Tuck Everlasting.
Yeah, it's got a fantasy element. Yeah.
Yeah, like, with her, like, tomboyish, like, Mick Jagger haircut, she's like a lad who's gonna write you a poem. Like, she's gonna write you that Alex Turner love letter.
Yeah, she's probably, like, hanging upside down from a tree or something.
Yeah. Eating an apple.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. Oh, I also love how she incorporates leopard into her looks. Like, she just does hints of, like, sometimes it'll be a leopard bag. Like, it's not too over the top, but it's just, I like that she uses leopard, one of her favorite neutrals. So
same.
Yeah.
No, I love her sensibility. As far as fashion goes, I love that it's not contrived. You know, from those humble pop world beginnings of no budget, but not really knowing fashion beforehand and just kind of figuring it out over these years and becoming a style icon.
Yes.
There's nothing about her looks, especially in their heyday, that read as she's trying too hard at all. And she's still able to have elements of herself. Like, she's not wearing the clothes. The clothes are wearing her. Like, whatever she puts on, it's always Alexa.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love Alexa Chung's Glastonbury styles.
Okay, yeah. The ones, like, that are inspired by Kate Moss, or?
Yes. Well, yeah, I always love that juxtaposition, too, of, like, you know, those iconic photos of Kate Moss at Glastonbury with the wellies. And then similarly, Alexa Chung with the wellies, all the mud. But I love that year she wears the sequin dress with the wellies.
The gold one?
The gold one.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's one of my favorite looks. I love there's a look of Alexa Chung's where she's on the street and she's wearing high-waisted denim shorts, a leotard, and ballet slippers, or just like around her neck. I guess she came from a ballet class, but something about that look just is in my brain all the time. So
yeah, just her.
Yeah.
Out and about.
Just out and about. I love that element of her style. But, you know, like she's just, there's a practicality too. You'll hear about her talking about the Glastonbury looks and like she thinks about practicality.
I do appreciate that about her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes her very relatable.
Definitely. Any other favorite looks?
This one's like a recent one, which is crazy because it's hard. Like you were saying earlier, she looks the same. She literally looks the same. Like this looks like something taken back in the day, but this is the Hurrdat Spring Summer 2024 show.
I love it. I'd wear that.
Yeah, it's like a green slip dress with like white lace details, and it's got a slit all the way up her leg. She's got like knee-high leather boots and a long, like a matte leather jacket.
Little Trinity.
Yeah, it's very Trinity, just like you were talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool.
I love it.
Fit, and I'm like, oh, she's still got it.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Did you have any others?
Yeah, the Chanel Ready to Wear show, fall winter 2011, on March 9th, 2010, in Paris, France.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's very posh. Again, black ankle boots. A very like billowy dress top situation with Swiss dot tights and what would you call this jacket? It's very Chanel, like 2010.
Yeah. It's not really tweed, but it's that texture. It's like, I don't know what that's called right now, but there is a word for it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. If you think of like what was really chic in 2010 and close your eyes and like, I don't know, channel Alexa Chung, it'll come to mind. You know what I mean? Like it's like very 2010 in a weird way.
It's like gray. It's like heathered material. Is it knit?
It's a knit.
It's like woven?
It's almost tweed.
Yeah, it's like almost tweed.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. You know what I'm just realizing too?
What?
Alexa Chung, her color palette, like she doesn't have like a crazy color palette in her wardrobe.
No. Sometimes there's pops of red.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, very gray. She wears gray a lot.
She does.
I am very interested now how she kind of styles herself sometimes with like a babushka looking granny look nowadays.
Wait, really?
A little bit. I've seen it a couple times. I find that fascinating.
Well, she did say in a recent interview that she sometimes feels 80 and sometimes feels 18. So maybe when she's feeling 80, she puts on the babushka look.
Yes. I'm into it. Oh, the Met Gala look from 2010 that you were talking about?
Oh, I love that look.
Yeah. Actually, it was her first Met Gala, and it was designed by Philip Lim.
It's a beautiful look. I like it a lot. I like her beret that matches.
Yes. You know, another favorite like street style look from Alexa Chung is she is wearing just plain leggings and an Arctic Monkey shirt, but it's after her and Alex Turner broke up. It's like AM era.
That's cool.
I believe she's wearing a red lip, and that stays in my mind a lot.
They were still friends after, right? Is that right? So they have like mutual respect for each other anyway, so that's cool. I like that.
Same.
I feel like we covered a lot of looks.
We really have. So what is Alexa Chung up to now?
Well, right now it's hard to say. But, I mean, literally in this moment. But she did have her own fashion label for a while. It's closed now, which is kind of sad. But I think it was in 2017, I want to say. She started her fashion label, and then it closed in 2022, which a lot of cute stuff. It was basically her dream wardrobe. Like, if you like her style, you would like her clothes. And it was just called Alexa Chung in all caps, no spaces. But I don't know. I think that's brilliant. I think it's a shame that I had to I'm like, even someone like, to me, she's such like a icon, and you would think that she'd be like so successful with it, and she was, but then I guess the pandemic like messed it up. She was like, yeah, small business owners, even me, was affected. I'm like, what is wrong with the world when Alexa Chung is affected like that, right?
Yeah. No, we were talking about this a couple days ago because you were like, how could Alexa Chung fail?
Yeah.
And I just think it's one of those like wrong place, wrong time, or right place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Like, she's a person that, 2009 to like 2014 is like the sweet spot for Alexa Chung, where she was the it girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I think by 2017, I could see how that style of dressing, we would have been influenced but moved on to the next.
Yeah.
Like, I think about what was happening in fashion in 2017, what was happening in the world in 2017. And, Alexa Chung is also a very apolitical person.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we were in a weird time in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a nice thought because I can see where the, Alexa Chung collection was going, kind of giving like a Rachel Antonoff vibe.
Yeah.
But also just fashion was just changing.
You think it was the wrong time? Like, do you think she would have been more successful if she had started her label sooner? Like,
yeah, like 2014, if Alexa Chung came out with that Alexa Chung label,
would you be on board? Do you think, like?
Well, I was on board. Like, I love Alexa Chung.
Yeah.
So, of course, I was going to follow her line.
Yeah.
But
now it's over. And also, it's like, yeah, it was just a weird spot where I wasn't necessarily personally craving to look, like, to shop Alexa Chung's dream wardrobe at that time. And see, now I am.
Yeah.
I know it's over, but like now people are going to be reselling it. And I'm intrigued because I'm so late to the party on her that I'm like, ooh, it's almost like nostalgia for something that I've never experienced. It's like hard to describe the feeling, but I'm like, maybe I'll buy some pieces.
Yeah, get you some on the Real.
Yeah.
Or, Vestiaire Collective or whatever, Poshmark.
Yeah.
But I know it's so funny that the line became defunct last year in 2022. However, 2024 is probably when we're going to really get more into like 2010 styles.
Yeah. So another missed opportunity. She was like in the in-between.
Yeah, but that's charming.
Yeah.
Alexa Chung is always going to be charming to me. Like even her misses or like successes. Like it's refreshing. She's just refreshing, and that's why people loved her in the first place. That's why I loved her in the first place.
Same. I loved seeing her on Hot Ones.
Yes.
Like that was so fun. I think that's one of the best Hot Ones episodes as well. Like, I don't know, it's just so funny, and it's cool to get like to hear her stories, like when she got fired from being a DJ.
Yes.
Like Kate Moss firing her as a DJ, and just there's like other random stories too that just
it's a good Hot Ones.
It's a really
I would say that's probably the fashion line number 1, and then number 2 is that Hot Ones episode. It's like the biggest
That's the highlight. Yeah,
highlight.
She did start a YouTube channel, which is I remember actually getting into her YouTube channel.
Same.
Yeah, I remember seeing like the behind the scenes of when she made like her dress for the Met Gala. Yes. What got you into? Well, just because you love Alexa Chung.
Just because I love Alexa Chung. I think the one that got me interested was she did a Glastonbury makeup look.
Ooh.
And it was so funny because even at that time, I think it was like 2019 when she began her YouTube journey. And I was just like, this would have hit a couple years before.
You were like, oh man, she was late to the party.
Yeah.
And now she hasn't posted anything on her YouTube for 3 years. And I'm kind of upset about it.
Wow.
But I really liked what she created up there. I like what she was doing.
Yeah.
It was like a mix of like vlogging and kind of documenting like, or just, I don't know, like she did like a series where she goes into like British Vogue and it's like how to be an editor, how to be, like all these different.
Yes, I've seen that series.
Like, yeah. Like whatever positions in the magazine, like what it all means, like the behind the scenes. Like it's always fun to see behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Alexa Chung could like vlog me through the phone book and I'd be really down.
Yeah.
Like, she's a good host.
I was going to say, it feels like you're hanging out with her too. It's cool. I'm like, why did she stop?
Yeah.
But I do know, I mean, this is a bummer, I guess, somewhat. But she was diagnosed with endometriosis. So maybe she's just taking it easy and figuring out her next move.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that's like the cycle of an it girl as well. Like, it girls raised to prominence just by being themselves and being of the moment. And I think it's also being young. Mm-hmm. And Alexa Chung is like not old by any means.
No.
But she's, a fully formed woman who, like, I think with YouTube, maybe it wasn't a misstep, but it's one of those things where it's like, she was late to the party on it. Mm-hmm. And that's not very, like, in line with being an it girl. Because, like, the moment's passed.
Yeah. She needs to be in the moment.
Yeah. Or, like, even if not, like, I think now we're going to have new it girls.
Yeah.
And, I think Alexa Chung should do whatever the fuck Alexa Chung wants to do. And she will. And
Same.
she'll be cool doing it.
Yeah. I know she turned 40, which is so crazy. Because, like, in my mind, she's, like, in her 30s or something.
Same.
So. And she looks fabulous. Like, she had this black latex dress on. Like, she looked so good.
Are you talking about that Vogue article she just did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. It's so good. It's, like, 40 lessons she's learned.
Oh, yeah. The lessons she's learned. I love the lessons that she shares.
Yes. Do you have any, like, lessons from Alexa Chung?
I liked, one of them was, like, to make someplace feel like home. Like, if you're just staying somewhere for a bit, is, like, to hang your sweaters up or something along the wall. Like, make it, feel cozy. What else?
Always bring a navy jumper.
Yeah. There was one that made me think of you, where she says, like, the thing like she would invest most in, like, her wardrobe would be shoes. Like, that's all, not like that's all you need, but that's like the thing to invest in is shoes.
That's good advice though. And shoes really get you places.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Friends will be one of the greatest romances of your life. I thought that was cute. She goes on a whole thing about it. This one I really like too. She says failing at something sucks, but at least you were bold enough to try. Mm-hmm. So, which I feel like kind of encapsulates her. It
really does. Like, I hope that doesn't come across like I'm, like, belittling Alexa Chung's accomplishments when I'm like, she's failed a lot.
No, I don't think so at all.
But I don't know. It's awesome. And I agree. Like, she's bold.
Yeah. She says men's socks are, like, superior to women's socks. She will only buy men's socks, which is, I feel like, is true. And it's infuriating. It's not fair.
It's true.
Yeah.
She knows what's up.
Definitely. Oh, this one too. This one really spoke to me. Number 14. I used to live in fear of seeming stupid if I didn't know something. One of the most rewarding things I've come to know is that nothing bad happens if you say, I don't understand what you mean.
I need to, like, absorb that.
I know that one I sat with for a little bit after reading. I was like, oh, yeah, I gotta absorb that. Oh. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch, and some of them are really, like, makes total sense. Some of them are random. Like, she's like, here's some lyrics to Old Lang Syne when you don't know. No one knows this song, but here's some lyrics for it. Like, it's, like, quirky. It's just,
yes.
It's Alexa being Alexa,
Dude, speaking of Alexa being Alexa, have you seen, like, she had a collection back in 2015 with AG jeans. Mm. And she, speaking of Stevie Nicks, she, like, very much, like, in the vein of, like, Tokyo, Lost in Translation, karaoke style, sings Blue Denim. It has a lovely voice.
No way.
But it also gives Scarlett Johansson and Lost in Translation vibes, and she
that's,
sings
like, all
Blue
my
Denim.
favorite things. Denim, Stevie Nicks songs, Lost in Translation.
It's great. It encapsulates, like, this it girl, je ne sais quoi. It's how you market to me.
Yeah. If you're asking us to describe what is it that she has? What makes her an it girl? It's just that.
Yes. It's her karaokeing to Blue Denim to promote AGG.
Yeah. Well, where do we go from
Yeah, I don't know.
Stop.
Alexa Chung, man.
Alexa Chung. She's our it girl.
Alexa Chung, just to kind of like sum her all up,
Yeah.
she might be one of our last proper it girls, question mark.
Yeah.
But Alexa Chung did come at a time when, and I know we, as a society, there's always the it girl, from Clara Bow to Diana Ross or Edie Sedgwick to Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, but in the early 2000s, we had like the Paris Hiltons, the Lindsay Lohans, the Corey Kennedys. And Alexa Chung was a big breath of fresh air. And I guess my question to you is why Alexa Chung? Like, what makes her, like, after talking about her so much, what really makes her like it?
I think part of it is like where she was and what she was doing. Like I don't want to reduce it to her just being like dating Alex Turner, because it's definitely more than that. She was already, modeling and stuff. But I think that helped being in that scene, with musicians. I don't know. I think it is mostly her personality, though. Like, I think that's why people probably love her, because they can relate. Like, I love when she interviews Robert Pattinson. It's kind of awkward, and then she got kind of fired from being like a, like, what's the word? Like, when you're like reporting on the red carpet,
Oh, because she said, or they thought she said there's a bunch of like Cubans.
Yeah,
in her dress.
Olivia Wilde's dress. Yeah. She's like, I said humans, but whatever. And they're like, cut. You're out of here. I don't know. It's just like, I think she's just so human. And like, I do love to see her fail and like, just keep going. Like, it's, I don't know. It's hard.
I no, like, to your point, like the 40 tips she did for Vogue, like you just mentioned, about failing is bravery, or I mean, that's like paraphrasing it for sure, but I think it is so cool that this British girl from this middle class upbringing that was just a model and didn't really know, anything about fashion, is on this successful TV show in England and then just decides to take a chance and move to New York. And it's those taking chances, and even though she sometimes fails, it's her ability to take chances and figure it out on the way down, and we want to watch that. We want to root for that. We want to, take notes from her style because it's just her figuring it out.
No, it's inspirational.
Yeah.
It's aspirational.
And inspiration.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. She's just also like, it's someone that has like a soft spot for Urban Outfitters, man. Like, she is like walking, talking Urban Outfitters in the best way possible.
No, she really is. Yeah. If Urban Outfitters were anthropomorphized.
Yes.
Into a person, it'd be her.
And I mean that in the best way. Don't mince my words.
I know. I hope nothing gets minced.
I love a good Urban Outfitters, and I love Alexa Chung.
Yeah, same. Well,
thanks for listening.
Rate and review us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you podcast.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.